Hey all, welcome back to my channel. Now if you are new, don't forget to hit that subscription button below the video, and to all my returning subscribers, a warm welcome. Now in today's video we are going to be doing a hair parting tutorial, so let's jump right into it. I will be doing this tutorial with my hair stretched. So first I'm doing the hair sectioning. Now stretching your hair is going to cut down your time tremendously. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how to achieve layered parting. So if you want to do layered braids or anything, this parting is definitely going to work for you. Or if you simply want to try the crisscross hairstyle for braids or even invisible locks. So when I part my hair, I first start with making the part to the back of my hair, and I'm going to be using two mirrors, so you're going to see me flipping back and forth because I can't see the entire back of my hair from either one of the mirrors. So I first make my part using no products. I try to get the part as crisp as possible with no products, and once I'm satisfied I go in with some shine and jam. This is to sort of clean the parts. Now I'm telling you, once you use shine and jam or any other product similar to this to clean your parts, you are definitely going to get a nice crisp look. So the shine and jam is used to clean the parts, as I mentioned. Now once I part as much as I can see from one mirror, I'm going to be turning around and parting the other side of my hair. Once you're finished with a section, be sure to secure it, so you can tie it up, pin it up, whatever you can, just to make sure the hair doesn't blend with the other section to sort of mess your parts up. Next, I'm going to divide my hair into two sections. From the middle, go straight down. Now this step could have been done first before we did that row to the bottom, or you can do it after doing the row to the bottom. Just make sure you can average the center of your hair if you decide to do it after creating that first section. This center part serves two main purposes. One, we're going to need to find the center of our hair because the style is a center part, and it's also going to serve as a guide. In the video I'm trying to figure out where the center of my hair would fall by measuring the section that I've already parted. So that's why I said you could have done this first and then did that first section, but I'm trying my best to get it to the center of my hair as best as possible. Next, it is serving as a guide for the second section or the middle layer that I'm going to be parting. So I'm using this part because I can only see on one side of my hair from the mirror behind me, and as well as the mirror in front of me. So even though we are using a two mirror, you can only see half of your hair clearly. So the center part is serving as a guide to measure the thickness of this section. So here I'm only checking the section's thickness to know if it's even or not. If it's not even, I go back in with my comb and I'm parting again to get it as even as possible. Now once I'm finished with parting one side of my hair, I'm going to tie it up and work on the other side of my hair. For me it's easier this way to work on one half, and then I work on the other half of my head, and once I'm done I combine the two parts to make sure that it's straight. So soon you'll see me clearing up the entire part once I am satisfied with both sections of my hair. Hopefully my explanation on how I'm separating my hair is clear. However, if it's not clear, I hope that you can follow the video and see exactly what I'm doing and sort of understand the process from there. Feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know if my explanations are clear or not, or if I need to work on it just a bit more. Once I'm finished with parting both sections and connecting, I then go in with some shine and jam. This is just to ensure my part is as straight as I like. Now if I see any hair that is out of place, you can go back in with your comb and clean those parts. You are guaranteed to have straight parts once you use some type of product to clean those parts. This is the first layer or the first section. Next I have my middle section or my second layer, and on top of that I have the third section or my third layer. Once I'm finished with my horizontal sectioning, it's time for the vertical sectioning. For my first layer, I'm going to have 4 braids. I'm going to have a part to the center of my head, and I'm going to have 2 braids on each side. So first I work on the side that I can see and create my sectioning on my parts for that first 2 braids. And once I'm satisfied, I turn around and I do the parts for the other 2 braids to the back section. Remember, I mentioned I can only see half of my head in the mirror at once, and once I turn I can see the other half of my hair, hence the reason for me parting my hair one half at a time, spinning and parting the other side of my hair. Once I'm satisfied, these are the 4 sections or the 4 braids I'm gonna have for this section. Next, it's time to work on the middle layer, or that middle section, and for this layer I'm going to be making one of my braid fall directly to the center of that bottom section. This is known as a bricklayering pattern, and it is really great, especially if you're doing jumbo hairstyle, to close your gaps and make your hair appear a little fuller than it actually is. Each section I'm making is going to have 2 braids. However, for this middle section, I'm making one of the braids on one side of this part, and once I'm done with this section and for this side, I'm going to make the other one for that braid, that first braid that I made. I'm going to make the other one on the other side. So soon you'll see exactly what I mean by this explanation if it's not too clear. So next, I'm working on sectioning the middle section or the middle layer of my hair, and I work from the back to the front. For me, this method works best for me because sometimes I tend to do the back just a little bigger than the front, and working from the back to the front helps me to achieve the better size of the sectioning. Now you can work with either method you choose, however this is the method I believe works best for me. Now once I'm satisfied with the sectioning, I go ahead and sort of conceal these or tie these up so that it doesn't get mixed up or blended into any other section, and this is just to secure the part. Now once I'm finished, I am turning around and making the other half of that middle braid. So the first one for the middle braid was made on the other section. The second half of that middle braid, I am making it right now. So once I turn around, you'll see how I combined it to look sort of the same size as the other sections. Hopefully you can understand what I mean. So once I combine it, you'll see that it's the same size as the others I made on that side. Once I'm comfortable with the parting, I proceed to make all the other parts on the other half of that middle section using the same method as I did before. For my middle section, I have 9 braids in total, 4 on each side and 1 to the center. Now remember, you can always part your hair smaller depending on the layered style you would like to achieve. When working on my top layer, I go in with some shine and jam to make sure my center part is as straight as possible. The shine and jam definitely helps to achieve that look in terms of cleaning up the parts. Once I'm finished with cleaning up the center part, it's time to make my, I guess it's vertical still, my vertical parts for the sectioning in the top layer. For this top layer, I start with one side of my hair first, and I make a rough estimate as to the size or how straight the parts are, because I am going to be making the top layer in a grid pattern with each other. So I make the first parts on one side, and once I'm satisfied, I go to the other side and I make my parts as well. Now these parts are going to match each other, and I'm going to be connecting it, sort of what I did when I was making the horizontal parts to the back row. So I make the parts on one side, I make the parts on the other side, and then I sort of join them or connect them to make sure they are in line with each other and they are nice and crisp. Now this does take a while in terms of parting, but I guarantee you the results at the end, once you have nice clean parts, it is all going to be worth it. So I am following or making the same steps: make my parts, connect the parts, add the shine and jam, and clear the parts up to make sure it is nice and precise. It's the same steps for each of these sections, everything that I'm doing. If this is your first time visiting my channel or you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do hit the subscription button below the video. It's going to mean a lot. And please do give this video a thumbs up before leaving. Hopefully this video was really helpful to someone. And remember, you can use this braiding pattern for any type of layered hairstyle. It's all about making the parts either larger or making the parts smaller. This is what my hair is looking like once I'm done with that top grid layering sectioning. And next it's time to do the finer parts or the smaller parts for each section to create that crisscross. Now remember, if you are going to be doing regular layered braids, you don't need to crisscross. All you need to do is divide your parts smaller, or on the initial stage you can always divide your parts smaller. So for the crisscross hairstyle, I make a part to the center of the braid, like a vertical part, and once I'm done with that vertical part, I go in and make a horizontal part for each section. Then I clear the parts up. This is what it looks like once I'm done with one half of the vertical sectioning and then the next half of the vertical sectioning with the crisscross. I will leave a link in the description below if you are interested to see how I did this hairstyle, so you can check that link out. I'll also probably tag it in the video as well. This is what it looks like once I'm done with all the section to the middle. I only have 9 braids in that middle section. When working with the top section, I am following the same procedure. I make my first vertical part down the center, so you can check the thickness of your braids by just splitting it to see if it's nice and even. Once you're done with that, you think it's even, you can go in with your shine and jam, clean the parts up, then make your horizontal parts to create that crisscross. Once you make the parts on each side, you go in and make sure it's even or in line with each other, just as I'm doing in the video. Now for the top section, I am going to be connecting or making that vertical part in the same place as I'm doing with the first section, and this is to create a nice crisp look. So it's sort of the same procedure, the same method as we did for the larger sections. The smaller section, it's going to be the same. Make your parts to make sure that it looks like it's connecting with each other. Go in with your shine and jam, clean your parts up, and then you make your horizontal parts for the crisscross section. So feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about this hairstyle, if you are loving it. If you want more details on the hairstyle, be sure to check the link in the description below. I'm gonna put how I achieved the hairstyle and everything. This is the hair once it is done, once I'm finished with my crisscross and everything, so you can see all the parts are nice and neat and crisp. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. So thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do hit that subscription button if you have not yet subscribed, and do give me a thumbs up before leaving. So until next time.